Gang, it's Hexy. All right, we're back with a little bit of more of this wilderness test play. So we're playing again. We're playing the first day, the full day scenario for the Orange Turnpike, which involves Warren and Sedgwick, and then Dick Ewell over here on the Army of Northern Virginia side. I'm still actually in the same turn that I've been playing after the last video because it's getting a little more developed now. But I wanted to shoot this. I'm in the middle of this, maybe just slightly past, about the middle of the activations, the chits. The Confederates, Ewell ended up drawing a 4, so they've just got all kinds, and everybody except for Rhodes was well within command. So, and then all these Confederate leaders, like Early has a +1 for his division. Johnson, he does not have one. Rhodes does, thank God, because that saves him being out of command. He gets his +1 back. But what I wanted to do was focus on the center here. I don't, I know that the wilderness ended with Grant pulling his back off, turn right, and go south. Working his way down Richmond, Petersburg eventually. But this was what a fight this was. But so I remember reading little parts about it because when I see the setup of this in the defensive line, but then when I read little tidbits about the battle, how the Confederates attacked at certain points. So I was playing along here and I realized, you know what? Griffin's division in the center, holding the center through Saunders Field, they're busted up pretty good. Now the attacks over to the right are going good for the Union, and I've dispatched Gordon over there, which I know that Early had sent somebody over there. I don't know if it was Gordon or not. I need to do some more detailed reading. And then once they stopped the fight over there, they shifted that brigade way back over that way to help that fight with the 6th Corps coming on up here. All right. But what I want to do is I want to focus right here. So I decided, you know what, Griffin's pretty roughed up. And with the Confederate forces deployed the way they are right now, once Sedgwick gets these forces, which arrived using the variable thing, and I had to make some adjustments because Al Smith was sending me he was sending me more detailed instructions on how the units arrived. So I've only got one more brigade that's going to have to come on later, and that's Seymour. And I think I have him listed to come in. Oh, I got to check to see when he comes in. There's a chart for him too. So, and I just got a new set of the battle book rules for this, so they really tightened up a lot of the rules. And this is getting interesting. So, understanding that the main objectives are the breastworks, there's like 13 of them right here. All right, and I got to put that one back. So, the breastworks are pretty much your objective in this game here for either side. The Confederates are in them. The Yanks want them out of them. All right, so anyhow, Griffin's division's pretty busted up. He's got 2 brigades over here. You can see one is pretty much already wrecked. And he's got one over here that going through the field was just useless. Well, for the Yankees it was. But once Griffin got busted up, it gave the Confederates an opportunity. So you'll notice that these breastworks here now, they're only the ones that managed to get a cannon into them, because the Union never even got close to these. All the infantry's pulled out. Now, here's a rule. I want to read this for those of you. Wish I would have had my page on there. But it has to do with stacking. And, there's this rule about moving out of a stack with units. And actually, it was this rule that I read that made me decide to go ahead and attack. All right, so here we go. So under 8.22 in the latest core rules, or the series rules, it goes through all this stuff about moving through other units. But then there's a note right underneath it. Says a combat unit that starts its activation stacked with another combat unit is never considered to be moving through the other combat unit when it leaves its starting hex. All right. So I said, so now these guys aren't going to get penalized moving through and then moving down the road here. And since they were in attack formation. So let me show you the chit draws here real quick. These are the last 6. Well, I'm going to show you the last 7. So here's the last 6. Johnson, Early, Rhodes, Early. and then Johnson just got drawn again. So back here to the middle of the battlefield, decided to go ahead and let Johnson do his thing. Decided to let Pegram's brigade for Early, which they didn't really do much. But Johnson, look how far these guys got in these activations. They have driven Griffin pretty much from the field. And I said, well, 2 brigades did a damn. One pushed out here to the right and is driving this brigade out, which is Bartlett, I believe. And then 2 brigades went down here. They've got this artillery piece that was really doing nothing anyhow, but I guess it's victory points. And they slammed into Griffin's the left flank of these 2 brigades he's got over here. Well, one's already crashed and gone back here. But that biggest brigade that they have, which is Ayers, I believe, oh my God, we got 2 continued shocks here, which, yes, this has caused the fatigue to go on these things. And then Walker's brigade decided to join in the fun. So here's the deal. It was a shot in the dark, and I don't know what's going to happen at the end of the turn if this whole division is going to be BCE'd, because let me tell you something, they've got high strength units, but you can see these guys, their enlistments getting ready to go away. Some of their morales or their cohesions are pretty good, but the Confederates just chewed these up. I don't know how effective they're going to be. And the intention was, you know what? We probably need to stop this so that these forces can get ready for this over here. I honestly think that Gordon, who has very, very good regiments over here, they're about to get into action over here with Dennison's brigade and maybe turn in on Stone and them. Probably need to make that go as fast as possible because Early, he has got a bunch of collapsed stuff already sitting here. All right. So, yeah, I wanted to show that. I took an opportunity here. You know, it wasn't a roll of dice thing, but I said, you know what, this is a good opportunity, so let's do it. So we came out of these breastworks with the Confederates, and the turn is definitely not over because they do have activations left, and 6th Corps hasn't even been hit yet. They haven't even had an activation yet. Wright hasn't had an activation in his division. So we took the chance. I think it was a good deal. We're going to find out here because what's happening now is so Early's already had 3 activations. Johnson's on his 3rd. They're going to fatigue out because I need to finish that with them. And once that's it, they're done. And Wright's division has not had an activation yet. So, of course, they're going to have to get into attack formation and start pushing on these breastworks here. So I think the center is going to be a successful hold for the Army of Northern Virginia. And the 2 focusing things, I have a feeling that over here that Gordon is going to wreck the right flank or the left flank of the Union. Could be wrong. Dice rolls are what matters. Okay. So the biggest fight that I'm worried about is one, can Rhodes keep these guys occupied until Gordon finishes his work, or maybe until Johnson's and part of Early's can clean this up and maybe turn on this. So the biggest thing I'm worried about is going to be this 6th Corps attack over here. And how, because they're having a hard time getting into position because of these woods. So that's where we stand. This is going to get real interesting. And hey, we'll let you, as soon as we get done with the turn, I'll video some more and let you show you what happened. All right, Sexy, we'll talk to you soon.